Malaysia. It is the last full day of play, day 4. I'm with Jason Katz-Brown, Jesse Matthews here. And we have our next big matchup of the day. We have up on board 1, Saidu from Nigeria versus Eldar from Australia. Exciting.
Whoa, it's the rivalry that continues to become more dramatic every round between Nigeria and Australia.
Mm-hmm. So I believe Australia won their last round. The US, I understand, I think they won their last round as well. I'll have to have a look and see exactly what is going on in the standings.
Gotta check up on the standings.
I think Australia is ahead based on team wins in total. I think it's 4.5 wins they are currently up on Team USA, but same number of points in the event so far.
Whoa.
Fight to the finish.
What round is the last one?
Last round we just had?
Yeah.
Oops, not that one. We just had Nigel Dave Weekend. That was 36. We're in round 37, which means we have this round plus 2 more to go today, and then 6 tomorrow. So 9 rounds of play to go. Man, that's almost a full tournament on a weekend in many places, and we're just in the last quarter of the tournament. It's craziness.
Wow.
He's doing this thing again. That's all. His own rag.
Oh, Deldar with his own rack. Yeah.
Deldar's using his WSC 2005 rack.
Yes. So we have Egoist plus a Z. And Saidu has pulled out a blank and a Q early on. Kuri.
Chaya and Henry, would you like to pop onto the screen? Chaya, Henry, would you like to join us over here?
You should guys introduce Chad, the current leader of the other division.
Chaya is the current leader of the Penang Open.
Silent. And also
By 2
There he
games on the
is.
field.
Chaya, wow.
busy caffeinating.
We have Chaya busy caffeinating in his own words, who is also leading the field in his event by 2 games.
Doesn't last.
What exactly event is going on over there?
The spillover from this one.
What is it called?
The
The
site,
official name?
What is it called?
Penang International.
Penang International.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Well, there's food. That's the important thing.
We would agree there's been fantastic food this week.
Whoa, why doesn't he play Zoist?
And that is what the chat has said.
I
In fact,
noticed the quay.
yes, we've had some very good. We're going to continue to nibble between
Hasn't one
turns.
played it yet.
Actually,
Yes.
we played twice.
Oh, really? Oh.
No, it was played once and then it was missed by Ganesh.
Didn't Eldar, didn't he start vertically?
Oh, yeah.
And the
Yeah.
position is wrong on the board.
I
Indeed.
know.
This is right.
Wow, Zig
back
Sims
to
way
the
best over Zoist.
Is it?
Yes,
Oh.
because of the leaf. The leaf was much better. SOTOES is a better leaf.
And then Q is quickly dropped by Saidu. I described his rack as Kur. Shivering with cold and a Q. But no longer with a Q, now just shivering with cold.
This rack now looks.
Oops, Euro state without the R. So
That's Euro straight.
Euro straight. Sorry, eco state. I always forget about eco state.
I thought it was Euro straight.
Oh, yeah, straight is
Sorry, this
right.
peanut gallery is really funny to me. I can't quite explain why.
But how fun if there was a W and an R, there'd be 2-seater on his right.
There's a username in the chat that I'm sure you'll appreciate. Someone's username is, oh look, cake. That is their username.
Quay.
There
It's
you
not
go.
really cake.
There's a good suggestion. So we should change your username to oh look Quay. If you want to be themed with Malaysia. Give us the program.
QUAY.
What do people think of playing TO?
TO, yep. Agreed. What is Saidu going on with Huri? Tutia, Guria, Hutia. Well, Hutia goes down, right? Next to ZO.
Aaron Bader
Hutia goes
suggests
down.
Ulier.
Hutia goes down, I think. Huh? H-O-O-T-I, yeah.
D?
Hutia also is valid. Hutia.
Yeah.
What do he do, though?
There's 4 options for that blank.
Fish, nice. And what is on... Oh
I
my
think he's
God,
going to go
that
for the
is-
L based on the placement there.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Nice.
Clear.
And-
Like L.
Michael's
Oh,
daughter.
Taxims. He has
Hello.
Taxims, is there? Taxims is. Will Taxims go down?
Yes.
Taxi.
It does.
Whoa, this is.
Oh,
Crazy.
this will be a gigantic score.
And Taxims will be the reply.
Oh wow.
Taxims is coming down.
Whoa.
Just wait, is it Shooty, right? Is this Shooty?
No, it's
Tax seems in that spot is going to
Oh no,
score
he's
a
playing the
crap
HM. He's
ton.
opening up the triple
Oh my
triple.
gosh.
That's crazy.
Oh, I've gotten the people.
This is really basically a counter punching game. They're just gonna beat each other up until somebody loses.
Mhm. So,
Oh, I like the display. What the
Wait, who?
definitions are.
The definition comes out.
yes, that's
really
a Kumar innovation over there.
Taxims.
Sorry, which player is which?
Uh,
Do I have it right or
Taxim's
wrong?
David Eldar just played Tax Seams.
Taxims.
Oh, so I've gotten it wrong, eh?
Oh no.
Oh man, I do that every time.
Oh dear. See if we can get the scores fixed. So, what is your beverage of choice? Is it tea or coffee? It looks like tea for you.
This is coffee, because
Earl
the
Grey
coffee
for me.
machine on the other side was working.
Ah, okay. How do you take your tea, Henry? Is it black?
Straight black.
Okay.
As long as it's because I'm Chinese, we don't bother with cream and sugar.
Chaya, and how about you? Do you ever?
It depends.
I will only take it with.
Yes, it depends.
I will
What
take
the
it
tea
with
is.
milk if it's chai. Chai tea. Is
Have you tried bubble tea yet?
I have.
Oh God.
He does not approve. He's a purist.
I prefer regular tea, but it's nice. I do like bubble tea as well. I just saw Nigel out there on the break. He has his tea the proper English way, a splash of milk and then
His
a
little
regular.
finger sticking out.
Yes, he's very traditional, Nigel.
Juliet. Is
Should
there a
say.
place where Juliet would go?
Yeah, I
Juliet.
think
He's got Juliet.
Juliet
Yes,
seems to
Juliet.
be the star play.
Juliet.
6.
It's too bad Rebecca went to bed. She was asking earlier about some of the different words, including Juliet from the phonetic alphabet, and yes, we can confirm they all work.
Juliet. Is that? Here's what he's gonna do.
Ico fan
Yes.
says this is the best Scrabble stream setup ever. I am tending to agree with you. I think it's been pretty amazing to have what we have here.
Yeah.
And Juliet gets played. So far, it seems to be auto mode. This give us a positional play that we can start chewing over and dominating. Where's Eldar's rack? AEI.
Oh my.
He's got, yes,
no
nice letters.
layeties, no float. Unless he finds something to the GE.
DL Saldana has joined the chat. Hello, DL.
Hello, DL. Hello.
I haven't seen
No,
her since
we should call her under her new name, right? Who she is? She's
DL Pinto.
Well, Pinto, technically,
DL
yes. She is
Pinto.
DL
We should call
Pinto.
her
That's
Miss
true.
DL Pinto.
Don't think I've seen her since the train platform in Prague.
Yes, where we were running off trying to catch the
You
German
tend
train.
to meet people here and there.
While they were going to Krakow with the Nawin and Lakshan, we were running off to Berlin.
Berlin, that's right.
And yes, DL, I remember I was with you there last week at this time. How are your motor vehicle adventures going? Do you have a nice replacement vehicle? I won't say anything more. She can share if she wants. And DL says, yes, that's right. The train was hours late for that adventure that you were referring to the last time you saw her. So,
So Juliet's gets on. What is Saidu's new rack? Is he blocking it?
Oh no, it's Eldar's turn.
No, it's Eldar's turn.
Oh,
Where's-
Saidu's rack.
I can't see Saidu's rack. Where's Eldar holding it?
It's like, it's Britley. Britley plus, no,
Britty and another T.
Britty plus RT.
Is it?
T. Spears.
Is it Britty? Okay, it's Britty. Okay, fine.
Krakow really likes AIT here because it sets up XIS and HETE, which would be really nice for his league.
Seal, yeah, he gets up Seal. This makes sense.
Nice play. You should play that. It's a position with it's a
That's
choice with positional considerations just for you, Henry.
Yeah, it's right.
Do you like it?
I like it
Are you
because
sure?
I'm very lousy at it, so I can like to chew over all these sort of things. Yes,
would,
I
would you
agree.
like to chew on Kue also?
Definitely, I eat a lot of it. That's why I'm so
Okay.
fat.
Oh no.
There's a eat. Well, ETA is also very interesting.
Yeah, but it's not as good because it doesn't have the same setup.
No, because ETA means that you are going for a OMAS. OMAS is better, I'm not sure.
Yeah, but here you get the same greatness, but with extra XIS possibilities.
Interesting. Dave has opted for ETA.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because the thing is that if you need double S to hook
the ladies have
the OMAS, so there is a sort of defensiveness. So if you don't have two S's, you can't bingo on that side.
Would you like some
Don't forget that
female
there's
wisdom?
OMASA as well. That's
Do you want to join the live stream? Oh.
Well, you might as well.
We have been declined.
By join, I just mean stand
Women
over
are
here.
probably underrepresented, so you become represented.
Yes, please.
Very nice. GYBT. Ladies.
Come see the magic. We have Quackle here. We get to see the whole stream set up in the middle.
Yeah.
And there's a chat on the right for people that want to interact.
I've watched two. I've only had time to watch two games.
Great.
Yeah.
One and a half live.
You like it?
Yeah, great. It's great. 1.5 live while I was lying in bed resting.
Did you know that you have a super fan?
A super what?
You have a super fan. There is someone once in a while at some of our events who logs on. Their username is Carmel Dodd Superfan.
Sorry, did
What does super-
Saidu exchange? What did he keep?
Oh, well done, super.
Did he exchange Biddy?
It looks like there's been an exchange.
Did he keep... I felt like I saw him and he kept RR, but that doesn't seem possible. Oh no, he couldn't have. Kept one R, okay.
And Deluges has gone down.
Why did he keep one R when there was 4 to draws and there was no T's left? I'm not sure that was right. Sorry, what?
I was telling her about the existence of Carmel Dodd Superfan. Apparently she didn't know that a person existed, yes.
Huh. Well, the exchange kind of worked, but there's nowhere to play the success story. Bummer.
See, with Eldar up by so much already, wow. Any merit to just dropping Aurora or something similar? And
I think there is merit.
there you go.
Saidu has a blank bingo and a 40-point J play and is down by well more than 100.
That's scary.
Too bad.
Aaron Bader says he'd play Aurora, but not there. He would play it 2 over. So opting not to use the double word score and score comparably, but a little bit lower. Kumar, any word on Brett Smitheram still having connection issues?
Yeah. Hospital is still going on with him, but still connection issues.
David in the sky with diamond.
Do you know that diamond is a verb?
I actually didn't know that.
It's weird. So is lavender.
Lavender, that one I actually remember, but diamond I didn't know. Nice.
What's the scoreline now?
Eldar is up by 109.
Whoa, wheeling.
no.
Whoa,
And
we
you just
might
draw
get a
diamond?
big wheeling score.
I just draw diamond out the bag.
Yeah, but it doesn't play.
Oh, that's right, true. There's no domain either.
like Quacko in a sim prefers playing through the A with Daimon.
Yeah.
That'd be good. Moan's also good. There's 20 options that are 90% or above to win.
Well, Quacko is being a bit paranoid. He just wants to kill the triple.
Yes. Will.
I mean, yes, that's right.
And score in the same breath as well.
Joel Sherman mentions another lovely bonus option. Glevine is available on the rack through the U and Deluges.
Ooh, Glevine. That's sweet.
I've actually had a chance to try it before when I was in Europe in winter months. It's actually not bad. Not my choice. I prefer traditional wine, but it's pretty good.
Does it still have alcohol in it though? They mull it, don't they?
They do.
So we're just only waiting for him to see it.
No, we're waiting for Eldar to choose what to play.
So there's no way, and Eldar won't block that line.
Seems unlikely.
No.
It seems very unlikely.
Yeah, Jocelyn, get back onto the camera.
Yeah.
Yes. They need.
Yes, you remember
What would
the-
you play here? What would you play?
Huh?
What would you play? Also, you should all introduce yourselves.
Oh, yes.
I know, to the camera.
There's a microphone.
There's the camera. See the camera, introduce yourself.
Wait, which is the camera?
That one right there.
I see. Okay.
This is Jocelyn, Chair, and Henry.
Yes. Just
Jocelyn,
Jocelyn's actually
Jocelyn
wearing
used to hold the
pearls.
record for most game played in Malaysia before she took a hiatus.
She's also a very good ballroom dancer. And
Whoa.
she can do pirouettes
cool.
behind if you want.
She brought Ganesh, Vanita, Alex, and who else to the dance class?
Oh, yes.
Back in the
Nigel.
90s. Oh, Nigel.
how
She
to
taught
dance.
Nigel ballroom
Nigel
dancing.
can dance.
Nigel can dance?
Nigel
Really?
knows how to do
Nobody
ballroom.
believes, but it's true.
Whoa, that would be so fun to see.
We have learned something new. Jocelyn here is Nigel how to dance.
For the whole world.
Scrabble is in the chat says hello, Jocelyn. I believe Liz from New Zealand, I believe.
That would be
Liz,
Liz.
probably.
Liz, like
Liz.
Liz. That's
Liz is
Liz.
my best friend. Liz
Really?
is my best
Lizzie.
friend.
Do you want me to say anything to her in the chat? I can send her a message or tell her. You can tell her on the screen. She's listening.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, Liz can hear you.
Now I talk
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
Talk to the microphone. Liz.
Hello, Liz. Why are you not here?
Yeah, Liz, why are you
Why are you not
here?
here? I miss you like crazy.
You are missed, Liz. You heard it here first.
We were roommates everywhere. We were Causeway, Penang, Bangkok.
Whoa.
We used to be roommates. The other one is Diane Ward.
Mm.
Diane Ward.
Oh, I saw last week.
Yeah, she. I wonder why couldn't she come? She was trying to escape the cold in Perth. as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. She's very scared of cold. Do you know of us? We stay in the room and we don't on the aircon. We don't turn on the aircon. She's quite comfortable and quite comfortable. We open the windows.
Did
She's
he-
a
did he
creature
see?
of the tropics.
So he's finally playing wheelie in a defensive position.
Doesn't say
Nice.
Defense. Scoring
How do you
and
feel about that placement, Jason?
Well, it takes an S, right?
does it take a S?
Yeah,
Wheeling
yeah,
should
it
take a
does.
S.
It does. So that's perfect, right?
Wheeling should take a S. It scores more anyway.
Yeah.
It scores more.
That seems good.
And it's still defensive. Oops.
She's shooting us. Anyway, thank you.
Bye. Thank you,
See you
everybody.
later.
What do you think
What do I think to do next year?
of the placement of wheeling, or what David should do?
Well, I think David and
All the
Eldar's
above.
play of Moan or Daimon, either one is fine.
Yeah.
Gets the job done as far as scoring and
Yeah.
balancing. After wheeling, what do you do if you're a Eldar? There is, of course, options like Fen, but I would prefer to balance or score more, and yes, there are other scoring options. Oh, yes, Dita and Fade In, yeah, that would work well. Joel says Faded as well.
Yeah,
Ion
good
or
spotting
DO?
up there. Good ideas.
fade in.
Whoa.
Going for the aggro move.
Yeah, that is bold. Oh, he did get procure. Oh man.
Nice pull.
Yeah, I'm perplexed by Faden. I mean, it seems pretty intuitive that Faden would win more often. And that's what Quackle indicates, even though Faden is indeed better for equity.
Chris Hawkins says, this is the round where the final round robin of 9 games begins, with a first seed versus first seed game in every match.
Whew.
Ooh, this is going to be good.
Yes. Saidu's down by 113. 1 blank left. One clever play that Quackle's found is chord, C-O-U-R-D, to the D of Delucius. It sets up UH next to the triple, which he could use with the P that would remain. The leave is also a good EPR. Other than that, it's a bunch of just score and equity, score and leave moves. I'm not sure when he's lined up. Do you know?
You are Crapo.
Another. Oh, I've put in faded, not faden. Maybe he's looking at unrope, uncope. Is he thinking that Afro is a word? Oh, or ochre. No. Yeah, ochre. Yeah, I mean, none of these plays have great winning chance today. I guess the downsides of Ochre, which he's played and taken back now, are that it kills a juicy U double bingo line. It spends your R, which is only one more of in the bag. It spends your E, which is only 3 more of in the bag. And then, yeah, it doesn't open up any other lines. So it doesn't have much in the way of merits, except that it's your highest scoring play. Yeah, another play that scores 33, the same as Ochre, is Unrope through the N of Faden. That creates a brand new line for 7s that's quite flexible and not easy to block, and really opens up that half of the board in a way that, oh, that's pretty solid too, PUR.
Peter Armstrong in the chat actually just typed that shortly before Saidu put it down. I think it's a decent option as well. It accomplishes something similar with opening up a different spot to play a 7 that doesn't necessarily require an E in the second position, such as alongside Mulier. So that's good. And of course, it's balanced for a leaf.
It keeps his E. And
excuse me, we have India coming down through that N. Lots of the phonetic alphabet showing its head.
Interesting. A lot of these I just don't know that they were the phonetic alphabet. Oh, Rectory. Oh, Rectory does fit.
And Rectory's just been lined up, and there it goes.
Whew. Cool.
It's a nice score. Saidu is back in the game. However, on David Eldar's rack are some very bingo-y letters.
Yeah, do you think we'll play the S hook on Wheelings to score 96? Eldar's latest trip, or latest thing, is only playing words he's completely sure of, but because I think he's done a broad scale analysis that that he thinks shows that like the biggest equity losses that people make are the plays that lose people the biggest way that people throw away win percentage points is through playing phonies. So his like thing that he's as kind of we mentioned before, that in the Australian team huddles they were talking about just not playing phony words. I think that was an Eldar led initiative based on his analysis.
However, I'm looking at a very sandbox type rack. Sandbox scores a lot. If he does put it down.
Yeah, but you
have to be sure. It's true. You gotta be sure. So if you don't play down there because you're not sure, where are you going to look on the board instead? What do you think if you don't play down at the bottom?
Looks like you have to go through. Well, yeah, the other positionings all kind of suck. Oh, Brett's on? Really?
Oh, I've had the headset on and nothing.
Oh.
He says he can see and hear, but I can't see.
I have no sound coming here. Is the volume on?
Oh, hold on.
Is there a Brett Smitheram out there in the wild?
Try that again. Brett, are you there? Brett, destroy our bulls.
So he's gone for Boglands.
Boglands.
Not sure enough of the S hook on wheeling, so going for an option that works.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Aaron Bader says, gonna head out. Have fun for the rest of the stream. All right. Thank you for joining us for that. Brett says, not yet for the connection, working on it. So he's still struggling.
This is what the display looks like. So, editing pixels frames that worked out but considering emphasizing the team structure. So this is the real coming out.
Saidu could play KYNE underneath Aurora and maybe draw into like evolves. He's really lucky. Is he thinking of exchanging? I'm not sure where he's lined up on his rack there.
Interestingly, he's putting the tiles on the regular rack. They're not on his own personal rack this time. So we're currently on Saidu's time.
So, yeah, he's not totally dead. Like, he can score a lot here, and he'll leave like BBL, but he could, if he drew like EEOS, he'd have evolves. Don't currently see any other options that he could draw into. But Lavies also. If you do AEILS after Kind.
Looks like Saidu's considering just playing Bai and Yi on the bottom left.
I guess he's missing his opportunities in the upper left there.
Taiko fan suggests KY as an option, and that would play at 3K, making Arc and Noi. In a similar vein in the top left, there's also Kyne, Kyne, except that would start at 3 Bravo, making Auk and Airy, Non and Re. G.I. Joel prefers Envy from the Y of Rectory. And it looks like Joel's suggestion is the one that Saidu is going to go with in the end.
Unseen Tau. Oh, one more T unseen, one more I unseen. I think he'll just play BYT. Just kill off the whole thing.
Khalid suggests Babe. The suggestions list also has Boba, and I remember that in my head as a pair. Boba is a word that's only in Collins, not in North America. I put that in my head next to Fett with the 2 T's, Boba Fett. And that way I don't forget either of them. They're both only in Collins. Shout out to the Star Wars geeks.
Henry suggests BYTE through the Y.
Just straightforward block.
Straightforward block.
And is that nanobyte? Oh, no, there's no nanobyte. Because could no, you're trying to fish for nanobytes. Towers unseen. Oh, nice. So from his point of view,
3 is a decent play, except he's 1 in the bag.
Yeah, and leaves plenty of L's, which will be useful.
yeah, David is holding most of the trump cards, I guess. Except for the S.
Ganesh continues to rack up an insane spread. He's got 26 individual wins plus 2,509.
In fact, Ganesh was the first person to achieve 2,000 point spread at the 2009 WSC. 2007 WSC in India, Mumbai. That we should remember.
Moses Peter in second with 24 individual wins and plus 1553. David Eldar at 24 individual wins in third place. There is a separate prize available for the, I believe it's just the top placing finisher, right, in the individual standings?
Not on the
Top three.
top 3 teams.
Top 3, okay. So the person who is not in the top 3 placing teams gets a prize for their top finish in the individual standings. So I believe as well that in order to create as much fairness as possible, I believe that the prize given has to be the same or can't exceed what they could get as a team prize, so that no one tanks or does anything silly that isn't in the spirit of team play. Adam Logan showing in fourth at 24 wins. Just a little bit lower than both Moses Peter and David Eldar. And then Nigel Richards also at 24 wins with a bit of a lower spread than the other 3. All still very high, of course, over 1,000. Hi, Kofan.
Can you hear me?
Yes, that is a Brett Smitheram. I hear him.
Ah! Hello.
Hello, my good friend. How are you?
I'm very well. Oh, my computer, my earphones, even less so, but the rest of me is well. Looks like I've missed this game, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, you missed a good chunk of this one, but luckily there are still a few left coming up, and we'll be very happy to have you on the stream for that.
Indeed.
So I'll go back over the last couple of games still to broadcast for the day. We have a pair left. We've got Nigel Richards and Conrad Bassett-Bouchard coming up in the next round. And the final game of the day will be Ganesh versus David Eldar. It's good times. Kip has just gone down on the board, and Brett, that doesn't take the U hook in front of it, does it? Brett, have you died on us? I don't have an answer from you.
Sure. What's David's rank?
Looks like Brett has gone bye-bye, unfortunately. Let's see. Team Australia is in first with 25 points, 109.5 games. US is also at 25 points, but they trail by 6.5 games. Rest of the world has 24 points in third, and they are 2 clear of Nigeria, who is in fourth at 22 for team points, 102 individual game wins, and then Thailand is a whole 5 games back at 17. So top 3 realistically are the ones still vying for top title. Nigeria would need a miracle run at this point, I think, to get it, but still doable. And Thailand's a little bit too far off the pace.
Yeah, it's tough for Nigeria.
Hello, this is my one last shot before I go off and shoot myself quietly in a barn. Can you hear me?
You don't have to go to the barn to shoot yourself yet. I can hear. All right, we've made it back. I was just saying before you got cut off this last time, Kip was just played, and that doesn't take a U front hook, does it, Brett?
No, unfortunately. And but maybe we can get some sort of reset referendum to discuss whether it should. This is what I'm pushing for at the moment. So.
I couldn't resist. I don't take any particular position on air, but I just figured you'd be amused by that.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we have Conrad coming up in the next round on board 1, and he will be taking on the one and the only Nigel Richards. And after that, it will be Ganesh taking on David Eldar to finish off the day. That's our last 2 rounds. Hopefully you can join us for both.
Superb.
Superb.
So who's on play at the moment? This is David, is that right?
It is currently on David's time, yes.
Yeah.
And there are nothing in the bag.
Yeah, we have an empty bag. Ideally perfect knowledge of both racks.
I suppose he's just trying to eke out as much as possible, because to me something like attack and the bottom would stand out as a piece, just so he's not missing bingo, not that there's anywhere to put one.
Mm-hmm. Something to take into account, I'll just remind everyone who's not as familiar with the format, just how the format works with respect to tiebreakers. So you get a team point when you get at least 3 out of your 5 wins, and that is, of course, you're trying to get the most points out of any team by the end. And then the first tiebreaker, if you have the same number of points, is the number of individual wins you have totaled as a team. And if that is tied, then you go to spread as the next tiebreak after that. So spread doesn't necessarily matter completely in certain situations. And with the standings the way they are right now, Australia is a considerable number of games up individually over the US. They both have the same number of points, but Australia is 6.5 points, or 6.5 individual wins, pardon me, up on the US as their tiebreaker, which is considerable given that you get 5 wins per round if you sweep all of your games. So that can affect the way that some players might approach their game when in some situations all I need is a win.
No. The best line it looks like for Dave was to play AN under Bogland, making BA and ON, because after Tacit, Saidu's best option here is IFS under in the same place, making BI and OF in Wheelings for 51. I hope somebody plays Wheelings. It'd be such a shame if that never got used. I mean, clearly David wasn't sure of it, but there's no reason Saidu doesn't play it now. There's no reason to hold any punches.
I'm not sure who that is in the shot, but hopefully they've moved. There we go.
Brett Smitheram, what is new for you?
Very little at the moment. I've been trying to de-Scrabbleify since the World Championships. This is going to be the first real observation or participation in a decent level game I've had for at least a month.
Wow.
This looks like a great tournament. I was saying to Michael the other day in a private message that while my time has been quite limited this year, it's something that I'd certainly be keen to get involved with in the future, because certainly, I think everybody UK would dominate this, but it would be great to see who could come second to us. But it's good to get such high level play. It's great. I think the key thing for me about Scrabble is how it's a unifying force across the world. He says, and I should be wearing a cape as I'm giving this speech. But genuinely, to see so many great players from so many different continents in one place is awesome. And it looks like we're not going to see Wheelings.
Sad. I guess Saidu saw David not play it, and that would probably be a hint that he might not want to try it.
Maybe he is.
Oh, he's going to do it. There you go.
Yay! Good job.
But,
can he hear us? Because this seems...
We are far enough away.
We're pretty far away.
Oh, there's the challenge.
Oh,
Dave was
okay.
not sure.
Yay!
That's the answer to our question earlier.
What question?
Well, the question of whether he just truly didn't know it or whatever, and I guess he's just checking because he mentioned if you're not sure, you might as well. I think that was the huddle you were talking about. So
this is the same conclusion as before, that he is not sure.
Yeah.
Did he just mouth is good?
Well,
rather he mouthed it's not good, and then he shook his head, and then he said
and
it's
then
good.
he mouthed something else. So.
Yeah, he did much something else. Maybe we should have some sort of blooper that we can put over a small speech bubble whenever David opens his mouth in those situations.
That's a good idea.
There goes. Nah. That's the game there. Saidu just shaking his head as he gets up. Looks like they're not going to take any time really to chat it over the board. They're going to quickly square it up and move on.
Saidu played a very solid game, don't you think?
Yeah. Just unfortunately for him, Eldar scored very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of good letters.
Yeah.